Hostages released and reunited with their families, a Gaza ceasefire, and a historic summit of world leaders in Egypt. Now President Donald Trump says phase 2 of his Gaza peace plan is underway. But will it bring long-term peace? What does biblical prophecy say will happen? Joining us is youth, culture, and religion expert Alex McFarland of Alex McFarland Ministries. He is co-author of the book 100 Bible Questions and Answers on Prophecy and the End Times. Okay, Alex, what do you think of this peace deal and the historic events of the week? Has peace arrived in the Middle East as President Trump contends?
Well, we rejoice. The Bible tells us in Psalm 122, verse 6, that we're to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And, the tragic terrorist attacks of October 7, 23, so sad. And, yes, we rejoice for any peace. But I will tell you, the Bible is very clear that as we get closer and closer to the end times, armies will surround Jerusalem and the Jewish people will be subjected to more and more attacks. We've got to remember that Gaza resides on land that belongs to the nation of Israel. And the establishment, I'm uncomfortable while at the very same moment that I praise God for Donald Trump and his abilities, and I pray for his safety as he travels throughout the Middle East. And this is, undoubtedly historic, but at the same time, I don't think the establishment of a Palestinian state is just. And it's almost like this with right there next to Israel. It's almost like, look, the person abusing you will diminish their abuse if you let them move into your house. I mean, really, it is unfortunate that Israel has for decades been pressured by the rest of the world to, apologize for defending itself. So far, all these nations like Turkey and Qatar have signed on to this peace plan. Hamas has not signed it. So we'll see. We'll just see. But we continue to pray for here's the solution, the salvation of the Muslim and Arabic peoples.
Well, what does biblical prophecy say specifically then, Alex, about peace in the Middle East and agreements like this Gaza peace plan? Anything?
There will never be ultimate. The Bible is clear that until the Prince of Peace returns, there will never be ultimate peace. And ultimately, the nations of the Arabian Peninsula, along with Russia and China, will attack Israel. So any peace that happens, thank God for it, but it will only really be temporary.
So how long do you think this is going to last?
I don't know. I will say the Islamic nations have a 0% track record in keeping the terms of their peace deals. So will it be? I hate to put a number on it, although in my heart I think I really have an idea, but probably 2 years or less. In my brand new book, 100 Bible Questions and Answers on Prophecy and the End Times, we talk about this. And, here's the thing, folks. Jesus is coming back. I definitely believe in the rapture of the church, which I feel like is alluded to in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. And what we have to do is have our spiritual house in order and be ready, be faithful. With AI, the wiring of the planet, the call for a cashless society, the rise of transgenderism, which I think is very demonic, and the almost global abolition of moral boundaries. The world is at a point where the end time scenarios of Revelation 4 through 20 are just before us.
Well, Alex, you wrote in your book, because you want people to discern the signs of the times and stand firm in their faith, you said, we need to discern this. So how do we discern the signs of the times? How do we know what is truly prophetic and biblical and what is not?
Great question. I think that the fact that we're seeing all of these things coalesce at once. There have always been wars and violence and sin and sinners, but for the first time in history, I mean, Israel is in their land. Technologically, the world is at a place where the end time scenarios of Revelation are actually, technologically possible. But also the Spirit of the Lord is moving. There's a global movement going on, and there's going to be a great, great harvest of souls before the end of time. And I think we're seeing that in process already. God is moving, but Satan is getting frantic because he knows his time is short. And I think it's undeniable that we're living in times unlike any other period in human history.
Okay, Alex McFarland. The book is 100 Bible Questions and Answers on Prophecy and the End Times. Thank you, Alex, for setting us straight today. We appreciate it.
God bless you. Thank you.